Thank you for volunteering to help with this Miiverse crystal scrape project. We're trying to get all of the crystal related posts on Miiverse archived for posterity. Now, the way you can do this is going to be made much easier with this tool I have created, but it is rather complicated, and so I wanted to go through and show you all the steps so there'd be no question about what it is and how it's working. You'll find this tool and instructions at github.com/mrcrystal/Miiverse crystal scrape. There you'll find instructions for the Miiverse post MultiSelector tool, which is the main task that you will be doing as a volunteer. As you see in step 1, we're going to go to a user's all posts or YA page to look for crystal content. Preferably, this will be a user who is known to have at least several different crystal related posts. I should point out at this point that it need not be positive. We are only looking for anything crystal related, positive or negative, textual or image based. As long as it's got crystal in it, we want it. And I'll show you multiple versions of that as we go. So what we're going to be doing is, first off, scrolling all the way to the bottom. Now, I'm not going to scroll all the way to the bottom in this case because this is just a demonstration and it's hundreds of pages, but I will show you quite a few. As you can see, there's a lot of crystal content, but also other things too, like Zelda, that is not going to be saved in the same way. What are you going to do? So the next step, once you've reached the bottom of the page, is to open the Google Chrome Inspector and navigate to the console. This is easiest done by right-clicking anywhere on the page and clicking Inspect. This will open the inspector, and from there we'll go to the console, where you can enter code that will run on this web page. Next, we're going to copy and paste the code from the Miiverse post MultiSelector.js file, which is right here. Click that. Go to raw to get the pure text, and we're going to copy and paste this directly into the page. And I'll have to use the keyboard shortcut here. When I hit enter, it's going to do two things. It's going to put buttons next to every post, and it's going to reveal all the spoilers simultaneously. And there we have it. You see where we are here. And as we scroll up, you'll see buttons next to each post. So I'm going to scroll up for a few here. There's a crystal post. I remember there was one down here, and normally we'd be starting at the bottom of the page. So we'd go from the bottom all the way up. Let's see, crystal, crystal. Now this is an image that does not have crystal as an image, but she is mentioned in the image, so we're going to select that too. Here's that. Here's that. Here's that. There's crystal there. You have to be really cautious and make sure that you see crystal, whether she's immediately visible or not. I also want to point out that we want to do textual descriptions too. So if crystal is simply mentioned in the text, such as, let's find an example of that. Here's a screenshot. We want that. There's crystal in a screenshot. There's crystal in a screenshot. That's crystal behind a mask. Get that? That's Fox, I believe. Now here, let's see. Yeah, there's crystal in a screenshot. Even if crystal is simply mentioned in the text here, we want to keep it. And be careful not to click right here, because that will take you to the page and you'll have to start over. There's some crystal, more crystal, more crystal. This is not directly crystal. Not crystal, crystal. I think that's crystal. That's crystal. That's got a picture of crystal inside the picture. Crystal, 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 and crystal. Okay, we're back at the top of the page. The next step is to click on, oops, we're going to go back to the instructions. The next thing is to run this function, output data, in the console. Again, I'm going to copy it and paste it in. And when I hit a return, it's going to give me a readout of all the post identifiers that I had selected. Now, whenever you send, I want you to, the next step in the last step is to copy this data here. Copy it. And what you're going to do is you're going to paste that as it is, without modification, into an email and send that email to mrcrystal@gmail.com. And it would be very helpful to me if you paste this along with what page you got it from. This will be very important for post pages and to some extent the yeah pages, because that allows me to separate different artists out so I'll know who I've seen before. Obviously, if you're going to a community such as the Super Smash Bros. For 3DS Wii U community or the Support Fox community, well then it's not going to be as important where it came from because everything is going to be coming from the same place. Also, there might be a way to record or go through just parts of these larger pages such as Support Fox, because there are thousands and thousands of posts and there's no way to get to the bottom of them. If that's the case, you'll need to figure out some way to go from page to page. I'm not really sure about that yet. Mostly though, we should be going through people's pages, their posts and their yeahs of known Crystal fans. That way we can already know that there'll be a lot of Crystal content there. Anyway, I thank you very much for your assistance, and please get this done. Once we get as much data as we can as far as these identification numbers available to me, I will add them to the data field that we have and then run another program that will pull down all the data locally, so we'll have a local copy. And from there, I can modify it so it can be viewed online without being actually on the Miiverse.nintendo.net website. Thanks again for your help, and good luck.